Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Israel Brief, proudly brought to you by Lay of the Land. I'm Rivlin Marks, and I bring you those top stories from Israel every Monday to Thursday right here. So let's take a look at those top stories making headlines today. And we're still aboard the peace train. Our Foreign Minister Yair Lapid is still in the United Arab Emirates and opened up a consulate in Dubai earlier today. This follows the opening of our official embassy in the capital of the country, Abu Dhabi, yesterday. In his speech, the foreign minister said that this consulate will be a place of cooperation between the two nations and stressed that the peace between our two countries was not just between governments, but between people and nations. And yesterday, to add to the festivities, His Royal Highness the Bahraini King issued a royal decree and announced the official new ambassador from Bahrain to Israel, and we look forward to welcoming Ambassador Khalid Youssef Al-Jalahma to our shores sometime soon. In keeping with ambassadors and diplomacy, our President Rivlin is still on his farewell tour of the United States, and yesterday met with the UN Secretary General at UN headquarters, Antonio Guterres. And he reiterated in this meeting that anti-Israel resolutions, of which there are many at the United Nations, and inquiries against Israel will not promote the cause of peace and will certainly not bring about peace between Israel and her neighbors. He spoke about the heavy weight of anti-Israel resolutions at the UN through its various agencies, and also accompanying him was the mother of fallen soldier Hadar Golden. His mother, Leah Golden, accompanied the president, and they both appealed to the UN Secretary General to do everything in his power to ensure that the remains of both Hadar and fallen soldier Oron Shaul, as well as the two captives, Hisham al-Sayed and Avera Mengistu, are returned safely to Israel. This is an issue that is beyond the political. This is a humanitarian issue. And you can see now a very, very cohesive effort from Israel's Prime Minister, Defense Minister, President, and all concerned to bring back the remains of our boys and bring back our two civilians. And the president will meet with nearly 24 ambassadors from countries around the world, and he is expected to appeal to them to join and support the Abraham Accords. And now we turn to Miami, where Israel's head of our delegation there, Colonel Golan Vahi, he has said that he still maintains hope. He says that despite the time that has passed, he still has hope that we will be able to pull some people alive from the wreckage following the devastating collapse of the Champlain Towers last week. And hope is what everybody is clinging to during this really, really traumatic time. I just want to take a moment just to give a mention to our incredible WITA USA Florida people who are on the ground 24/7, bringing comfort to the bereaved and feeding the bereaved, as well as our rescue mission that are in Miami at the moment, making sure that they get proper, nutritious, kosher meals. But the head of the contingent from Israel has said that the IDF Homefront Command team that is on site at the moment vowed to stay there until the very end of the mission. So far, 12 victims have been pulled from the wreckage, but we are continuing to have hope that at least some people will be found alive. Meanwhile, Florida's governor has vowed to have several inquiries into what caused the collapse. The official cause is still unknown. Those are our top stories making headlines today. Don't forget to check out our original content online at our website at www.layoftheland.online, our Facebook page at Lottle Site. Like us, follow us if you haven't already. We are trying to grow our community and we would love you to be a part of it. Please share our content because it's this way that we get Israel's narrative out to the public that you might not get from mainstream news media. We're also on YouTube at the Israel Brief. Please help us grow our community there by clicking on the subscribe button and sharing our content. And we're on Twitter, so follow us, interact with us, retweet us. We are at Lay of the Land with the digit 5. I'm Rivlin Marks, and this is the Wednesday edition of the Israel Brief. Please stay safe and healthy wherever you are. Another big shout out to all our friends in Sydney, Australia, and the state of Queensland. We know you are in lockdown at the moment. A big hug to all of you. Please stay safe. We'll speak again tomorrow on another edition of the Israel Brief.